26 July 2012, 2:30 a.m., MISC Bunga Alpinia was engulfed in flames which was started on board the ship at the jetty of Terminal Petronas Chemicals Methanol, Sendirian Berhard, Pulau Labuan. The ship tanker was owned by MISC Berhard and it was tasked in transporting chemicals and palm oil. The ship was registered in the port of Klung selling ore. It was raining heavily that day. There were lightning occurring all around the area. However, he might forget something or ignore the fact that he should bear in mind all the time. The ship was struck by the lightning whilst the ship was loading a 6-ton cargo of methanol at the terminal of Petronas Chemicals Methanol Sendirian Berhard. The lightning struck the ship and caused a fire, and in doing so, caused 3 blasts to happen on the ship and caused the killing of 5 of its 29 crew members. The blasts happening in sequence after one another.
According to the report, an employee of the Petronas Chemicals company suffered from an eye injury, but he was referred to an eye specialist and in stable condition. However, imagine if this person was not wearing any protection suit or equipment such as the safety glasses. He might be blind due to this incident. His life will be miserable after that worst injury that could have happened to him. There are 3 staff suffered minor injuries. However, they were treated immediately by the paramedics. What if the silo exploded? This will result more workers could be killed and injured. The distance of the incident took place is approximately 100 meters from the residential area. The safety of the residents nearby could have been in danger, which might cause injury or fatal to them if the explosion is reaching 100 meters to them, and also the fire could have destroyed their residency. This event could have affected 243 people, consists of 29 crew members, 14 Petronas Chemicals employees on duty in the control room, and about 200 Petronas Chemicals staff on duty at the plant. Do you think there's more? Yes. A report by a near building owned by Sabah Electricity Sendirian Berhard, where it is located near to the jetty, is received, which stated that the building was affected by a concussion resulting from the incident. In the report, the building's ceiling, windows, and doors are broken. If this incident occurs during daytime, it could affect the workers who comes to work on that day, as the incident is occurred on Thursday. This could also cause injury or even death to the employee and visitor instead of only the property damage. After the second explosion, the area was evacuated by the authorities, and the nearby power station and methanol silo was shut down for safety reasons. It was said that the immediate causes of the event is divided into 3. First, actions. A fire which grew into an inferno, which later caused the 3 blasts which destroyed the ship, and would have further damaged the surrounding area if the fire was not contained by the authorities. Next, conditions. Heavy rain and thunderstorm in the surrounding area of the incident. A lightning struck the ship which caused the fire. Third, critical factor. If proper SOPs was followed, the incident would never have occurred. Loading 6-ton methanol on board the ship during a thunderstorm was an ill-fated idea which caused the incident to happen. Moreover, as a rule of thumb, no ignition source should be measured while handling the methanol. Underlining causes. According to IEM, it was noted that the 3 possibilities of the incident was caused by either human error, faulty safety systems, or a combination of both. There were no written procedures within the OGI, and the education of the OGI workforce was not adequate. In doing so, unsafe condition was produced which were caused by human error, such as loading a cargo of flammable substance during a thunderstorm. Faulty safety systems, which did not alert the crew members to the fire, and the safety systems on board the ship was not adequate to stop the fire from spreading into an inferno. Based on this, the employees should have noticed the risk from the thunderstorm. All operations should have been ceased due to the presence of a flammable substance. More modern safety systems should have been installed on the ship to decrease the risk of a fire spreading. The presence of ships anchored nearby would have increased the destruction cost of the accident and would have claimed more lives should the fire had spread further. To further elaborate on the ship's cargo, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, methanol is a Class 3 flammable liquid with a subsidiary risk as Class 6.1 toxic material. If the fire spreads faster, methanol vapor could be released, which can cause symptoms of acute methanol exposure such as headache, weakness, drowsiness, nausea, difficult breathing, drunkenness, eye irritation, blurred vision, loss of consciousness, and possibly death. This event could have occurred when maintenance works were being performed. There were 3 separate fire accidents all in Petronas sites which were connected due to them all happening during maintenance works. However, this MT Bunga Alpinia incident is believed to happen due to the thunderstorm that struck the incident place as it is located around water. This incident could happen again if no effective measures are taken to avoid this incident. According to reports from boat U.S. marine insurance claim files, the odds of your boat being struck by lightning in any year are about 1 in 1,000. The overall response by the local authorities were adequate for the situation as soon as the report to Labuan Fire and Rescue Department is made. Imagine if the report was not made, the fire could have spread quickly, more damages and loss of life could have occurred. The Fire and Rescue Department of the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, Marine Police, Marine Department, Royal Malaysian Navy, Malaysian Civil Defence Department and from the hospital at Nucleus Labuan, were mobilized to deal with this accident. The local fire department took these 3 steps in their efforts to control and put out the fire. First, they used several supply tugs to control and remove the fire completely from MISC Bunga Alpinia. Then, once the flames were removed, they cooled down the ship tanker for around 3 days. Finally, they check and ensure that the ship was completely safe, so that they could carry out search and rescue to find the missing crew members. The operations at Patapatao Power Station, which was located next to the terminal, were ceased until the fire was put out to decrease the risk of the fire spreading to the station were halted as it is located next to the terminal to stop the fire from spreading. Gas delivery from Petronas Chemicals methanol to Patapatao Station was halted immediately until the incident was confirmed safe and stable. Booms were also deployed to contain any oil spill from the ship to prevent water pollution and to avoid endangering the aquatic life. Were emergency procedures followed? Yes, it was. Most of the crew members from MT Bunga Alpinia followed the emergency procedure and jumped into the sea to increase their distance from the hazard. Workers from the local methanol silo and power station followed the emergency procedures and ceased their operations to control the fire and prevent it from spreading, which would have caused catastrophic damage to surrounding area. There are multiple recommendations to avoid catastrophic accidents such as MISC Bunga Alpinia oil tanker. The recommendation are as follows. To ensure that no such accident can be caused again, there are a few methods that can be done to mitigate the risk of lightning, which are lightning stepped leader is allowed to intercept with the tank roof, thus total lightning current will be injected into the metal structure of the tank. The second will be to conduct oil fuel leak inspection, which must be based Chapter 2 construction fire protection. Fire detection and fire extinction Part B prevention of fire, and explosive Reg 4 probability of ignition 2.2.5 oil fuel piping. Next is to maintain the pressure of the storage tanks to its standardized pressure, which is based on the API standard 2000. Next is to increase the safety of electrical continuity such as bonding and earthing the electrical system. Static accumulator oils may be electrostatically charged by pipeline flow, which is to prevent any lightning strike from causing serious damage to a ship. There are many laws, acts and regulation which were involved in this accident. Government agencies such as the Construction Industry Development Board, the Department of Safety and Health, and the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health Malaysia, and many others have implemented various safety policies to strengthen crane safety practices. The Occupational Safety and Health Act is an act which aims to secure the safety, health and welfare of persons at work and protect person at a place of work. Under Act 514, employers and self-employed have the responsibility to provide a safe workplace. Employers and self-employed must provide their employees with a workplace that does not have serious hazards and must follow all OSHA safety and health standards. As employers, they should always check and improve safety regulations in the workplace. According to the Workers' Social Security Act 1969, medical benefits and compensation should be given to workers who are injured in the workplace. Employers should also provide adequate training to laborers to familiarize themselves with their jobs so that similar accidents can be avoided. If an accident has occurred, the employer should take responsibility for resolving the situation, such as identifying the cause of the accident and cooperating with superiors to rectify the situation. Factories and Machinery Act is an act to provide for the control of factories with respect to matters relating to the safety, health and welfare of person therein, the registration and inspection of machinery and for the matters connected therewith. In this act, factory means any premises or part of a premises where within the close of curtilage or precincts of the premises or part thereof persons are employed in manual labor in any process for or connected with or incidental to the making, altering, repairing, ornamenting, sorting, finishing, cleaning, washing, breaking, demolishing, constructing, reconstructing, fitting, refitting, adjusting or adapting of any article or part thereof.